It is already the final segment of The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. Got a person, they call him the turnaround expert when it comes to businesses in trouble. Patrick Rettig. His company is called the Rettig Corporation. By the way, the website, conveniently enough, the Rettig, that's RETTIG Corporation.com. Patrick, welcome to the program.
Hello, thank you.
Yeah. Tell us, well, kind of give us your elevator speech. Give us an overview of what the company is all about.
My company helps people that seemingly in the community have been left for dead. It looks like they don't have a chance. And I specialize in that. I like those people, and that's who we work with. Generally, by the time I get there, it seems that all efforts have been exhausted. It seems. And we go about the work of taking a look at historical evidence, seeing what they used to do, and seeing what kind of clients that they used to have, seeing what kind of business they used to have, and we try to get back to basics. And more often than not, I believe in people, and they do survive it.
Tell us about your personal background.
I found myself in turnaround. I actually, coming out of college, I needed a job, and it seemed like every job I went to, the businesses would fail, and I didn't have a job. And I had at that time, I had a 2-year-old, and I needed a job, man. And so I started talking to these people. I just simply would go in there and say, what's the problem? Can I help? And I wish I had more of a story behind it than that, but that's where I started. And I learned about bankruptcy in that. I learned about reorganization. I learned about cash flow. And long story short, my girl now is 29 years old. She's healthy, and I kept my job.
There you go. You kept your job by creating it. Make sure you remain relevant.
Yes.
Yeah, very cool. Tell us about the typical company that you'll work with. Kind of give us a profile. Is there certain industries that seem to need your services more than others, or that you prefer to work with? Tell us some of that.
I have a couple of things that I work with. I guess you might say criteria. They have to have receivables. There has to be a demand for what they are doing. Now they are generally out of credit. They've maxed their credit out in all areas of their life. They're in trouble and they're scared. But the biggest thing that I look for is I ask them the question, do you want your business? Do you want your business more than anything else? Do you want your business? And if they answer yes, those are my people. The people that say, well, I'd like to sell, I'd like to get out, I'd like to, the stress, those are not my people. So I profile out at myself. I believe in, in God we trust, apple pie, mom and dad, grandma and grandpa, and working hard every day. And those are the kind of people that work well with me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. That makes a lot of sense. And so you're looking for people that have kind of a true business owner attitude, it sounds like, versus someone who just likes to specialize in one aspect of their business. Talk a little bit about that.
Generally, the people that I work with are, they find themselves an expert in their field. I don't think they started out, kind of like myself, they started out and they needed a job, and this was something they liked to do. And they became very good at that and expanded to a point where, to a failure, where they ran out of information. They started doing what they liked to do. There was a demand for that. They made sales on that. And then, like so many of us do, they borrowed to make it bigger. When you borrow to make it bigger, you better have some information on that, and generally that's where people get in trouble.
Yeah, I like what you wrote here on your website. By the way, you can find it, the RettigCorporation.com. I like this, the CEO Whisperer.
Well, I think where that comes from is definitely we're people. We are a people. We are organic people, and we don't live on work alone, although that is very inspirational for many of us who love our jobs. I love my job. So when I get up in the morning, I'm just happy to have the job that I have and to be able to help people. But I also have my daughters. I love my daughters, and I am an avid motorcycle rider, and I fly airplanes to work. I have an airplane, and the only way I can get to work is to fly an airplane to different states to get to people. I have to get to them on time. If I took all that away from me, I'm also a piano player. If I took all that away from me, I'm not really Pat anymore. I'm just a bum that goes to work every day, and pretty soon I'm filled with resentment because I don't even know why I'm working. So I tell CEOs when I get there, they might say something like, I just had a guy 2 days ago tell me, I heard you on this, that, and the other thing, and you said something about playing guitar. I used to play guitar in high school. And I said, if you want me to work with you, go buy a guitar and a Marshall stack, something that's like loud rock and roll, and play it, bring it home. And we all laugh about that sort of thing, and he laughed. But the truth is, we have to remember that we are dimensional people. And to do all those things, to pay attention to your home life, to pay attention to your kids, to pay attention to the music that you love, to pay attention to the kind of, I have trucks. I like my truck, to drive my truck. I like my truck. I have to pay attention to those things so that I don't become sort of one-dimensional and sort of irritating to most of the people around me. We laugh about those things, but they are so very important to feed our heart.
There you go. Great note to end our segment. Patrick, really enjoyed having you on the program. One more time, go ahead and give your website.
TheRettigCorporation.com. That's the Rettig Corporation. It's RETTIG. TheRettigCorporation.com. Please feel free to check in anytime.
Yep. See there on the homepage, by the way, my good friend Charles Payne. Been on my program many, many times, and I noticed you've done a lot of media. Make sure you check out those interviews and much, much more while you're there at TheRettigCorporation.com. Patrick Rettig has been our guest. Thanks again for being with us, sir. And I'm going to put you on hold. I want my producer to get some information from you. Thanks again for being with us.
You're welcome, and thank you.
You bet. When we come back, much more for you. I do want to remind you, best content here will show up at usdailyreview.com. But you know what? When we come back, it'll be in about 23 hours. So stay tuned for more on this great station.